can I skip the numericals of macro? Do not use the NCERT Economics. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is on how I scored 99 out of 100 in economics in my class 12 examination. So I'll be suggesting you tips to score better and how you can go with studying economics and which books to use and which YouTube channel to use, mistakes to avoid, and whatever extra tips that will help you out. Yeah, so let's get started. We have two books. One is this India book, Indian Economic Development, and the other one is this book that is Introduction to Macroeconomics. Yeah, so we have two books. One is completely based on understanding, and another one that is somewhat like history. Yes, you have to remember a lot in this Indian Economic Development. Yeah, so how do we study these two books, or how do we go about studying? Right. So first of all, if I am talking about macro. See, macro is really interesting. If you are actually interested in the subject, I think macro must be your favorite, right? Because in macro, if you understand the concepts, you will easily be able to frame the answers. So macroeconomics is clearly based on your understanding. Learning, yes, you have to learn after understanding, but learning plays a very little role in macro. Understanding plays a higher role. So try to understand every concept of macroeconomics very nicely. And if you actually understand it, you will really like it. You will really like to study macro. How do we get to understanding it? See, this book, I used this Sandeep Garg book for macro. No, do not use the NCERT for economics. It has like nothing in it. Trust me, like the NCERT will just mess up with your mind, especially for economics. Like no. So use Sandeep Garg or any other book, but I would suggest this book because it has everything in it. Like you don't even need to look for anything else if you have a Sandeep Garg books for economics. It's like more than enough to study it. Yeah. So now, how do we understand macro? I can understand sometimes it's hard. It becomes hard to understand economics. So for economics, what I used is, first of all, this book, it has such nice explanation. I just used to go through this book only and try to understand. And sometimes when if I had a doubt or something, what I did was I used to follow two YouTube channels. If you are a commerce student, especially, you must have heard the name. Sunil Panda sir, he's there, and Rajat Arora sir. These two YouTube channels especially for economics, they are really good. I would say that they have lectures on all the chapters. They have multiple lectures. You can just follow their channels, and they actually help you out throughout your session as well as during the exam time. They take classes with you on YouTube live. They take classes. They help you to they help you to go through the entire syllabus with them. So you can actually follow these channels. They will help you out. So this is for macro. Now macro, one more thing about macro that disturbs many people or that kind of irritates few people is the numericals, right? Some people will say that, can I skip the numericals of macro? Because in exam there's an option. The numerical question comes with an option with a theory question. So you might ask that, can I skip the numericals of macro? See, I would say no, you cannot. See, especially if you are aiming for full marks, you cannot skip. Because see, first of all, the numericals of macro are very easy. If you can understand the concept of the chapter, the numericals are so interesting and so easy, right? So if you just give some time, actually give some time to studying, if you can give some time, then you will actually enjoy doing the numericals of macro. Yeah, so I would say do not skip any numerical from any chapter, especially if you have this book. Try to solve the numericals that are given in this book. This is more than enough. You can solve whatever is given in this book. Yeah, so that is what it is. Numericals, see, the tricky part about numericals is that in the long question it's coming in option. You don't have to do it. If you want to skip it, skip it. I also skipped it during my exam, not because I did not know it, but I knew the other one very nicely, so I skipped it. Yeah, so but the thing is, numericals come in MCQs. That is compulsory. You cannot skip MCQ, right? So you will see about 2-3 MCQs, they have numericals. The formulas, you have to remember the formulas, the short numericals, it takes about a minute or two to solve them, but for that you have to have a knowledge of the numericals. If you completely skip it, I would say it will harm your theory also for macro. So I would say do not take the numericals differently. Take it together as one subject. Numericals is if you want to understand the chapter of macro, you have to understand the numericals as well, because the chapter is kind of based on those only, right? So I would say, if you're having problem in understanding, follow these YouTube channels, Sunil Panda sir, Rajat Arora sir. They are very nice. They explain it very properly. Or if you have a workbook which has explained it very properly, it's like it's more than enough. Like I personally went through this workbook and they had the concepts written so nicely. It was like more than enough. Now we come to the second book, right? That is this Indian Economic Development. See, this book is our history of development, and we it's a nice story. We start before independence in the British era, then we move on. We come to 1990s, and then we come to the post-independent era, and at last we compare India with our neighbors, that is China and Pakistan, right? We compare our development. So it's a nice story which starts and which ends, So if you can try to enjoy this book, but yes, you have to learn. In this book there's dates, there's data that you have to learn. See, the data in the sense, you don't have to learn the figures like 11.5% development in this year. No, you don't have to learn that they will provide you in the question paper only. What you need to remember is which policy came in which year, that is important. Which act came in which year, that is also important. These kind of questions you need to remember, like green revolution's date, white revolution date, questions like that you have to remember, or the new economic policy implementation date, all of these questions. So if you take this book, Sandeep Garg book, they have this very nice section where they have written all the dates. Like there's a quick revision section that they have, and over there important dates from this chapter, they have it in their book. So just learn these tables. You have to learn these tables, the important dates. If you want to ask what type of questions should we study, right? See, these books, these workbooks, if you get Sandeep Garg workbooks, they already have the MCQs, they already have the past years, they have question answers, everything. So many that you will not even feel like completing all of them. There's so much. So if you actually do the questions that is given in the back in these books, it is like more than enough for economics. First of all, in economics, understand the concept, go through these books properly, more than enough. And if you don't want to go through the books, you want to study from someone, like some online lectures or etc., you can follow Sunil Panda sir, you can follow Rajat Arora sir. These people, they teach really well. They help you solve questions as well. For economics, are PYQs important? Yes, PYQs are very important. PYQs are important for most of the subjects, and economics also is very important, because in economics you'll see there's a pattern of questions and PYQs are mostly repeated. So yeah, so get that PYQ book, past 10 years at least, practice the past 10 years. They see, these people, they give the 10 years in the book, but the answer you do not have. So for that you can get a PYQ book, past 10 years book, which will have the answer as well, which will actually help you out, So yeah, this is all for economics, Do not follow the NCERT, follow workbook, nice authors. I would suggest Sandeep Garg, because these books are more than enough for economics. If you can actually understand these books, if you can go through these books completely very nicely, these will help you out a lot. And you do not have to make any notes for economics, it's not needed at all. Because if you get these workbooks have sections where they have formulas at a glance, all these flow charts, etc. So you do not have to make notes of your own. Just go through these books. And I would say, do not depend on NCERT for economics. NCERT will be completely useless, but these books will be more than enough, right? And YouTube channels, I suggested two. I follow these two only for economics. Actually, I completely went through my book. I did all, trust me, I literally did all the numericals that was there in this book for macro. I know it might be too much, but I did all the question answers that they had, the solved one, the ones they provided answers for, and the numericals. I find it funny at times, many people just skip the numericals, right? You can see I literally have tick marks on all of the numericals, because I literally did them all. All of them. I think they had how much? 70 numericals for some chapters, and I was no, I'm going to do them all, because I was kind of what if a numerical comes and I'm not able to do it. So yeah, but I did it, and I would say I was proud of myself that I did it, because why not, I actually enjoyed the subject so much, I felt like studying it. So yeah, I did it, and the numericals were simple and fun also. Yeah, so this is all for economics. See, for economics, understand the concept. If you're not able to understand it alone, you can maybe take some external help, and you can follow YouTube channels. You can yeah, online resources, YouTube channels, and notes. You don't need notes, you need workbooks. You do not need NCERT, you need workbook in the sense you need Sandeep Garg or some other author, whichever author you might be comfortable with, but you need workbooks which will have everything. If you get one of these economics workbook, they already have everything included in it. So try to get a good one. I would 100% recommend Sandeep Garg because it's like good. Like it helps. And again, in economics, you might face some doubts that I'm not understanding some concepts. That time you can reach out to your teachers as well, right? Like your school teachers. Like I had my school teacher, they also helped me out. Like sometimes few concepts in macro, it can be difficult to understand, so you can reach out to them or you can watch YouTube lessons on that as well. Yeah, so I hope this video helps, and please do like, subscribe and share, and if you have any doubt you can reach out to me in the comments. Have a great day. Bye bye.